Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel here today. Today we're here for two more episodes of Mushi-Shi Season 2, episodes 7 and 8, I believe, after 5 and 6 last week. Very excited to be jumping back in here, trying to bring some posy vibes to Mushi-Shi. Because yeah, generally I've been feeling it's been kind of a downer lately. I don't know if that's truly accurate. We had some funny-ish stuff last week. There was the whole mirror image reflection water person debacle. She was quite funny. I liked her. But it seems overall we've been pretty somber this season. A little bit more icy. A little bit more icy on that scale. So, yeah, I'd like a pick-me-up. I'd like two good pick-me-up episodes here today. But, you can't always get what you want, I guess. Either way, I've got the YouTube comments up here ready to go. Except I don't. There's no YouTube comments. Very sad once again. I'm once again left by my lonesome. Except, au contraire, I'm never truly left by my lonesome, for I have my Patreons here. Thank you very much for the support. Again, it's linked in the description below if you'd like to join as well. It's only $6 a month, and you get episodes 1 week early. If that interests you, it interests you. Either way, a very big thank you to Sean, Ace Lightning, AJ, Akomancer, Bananarama Hamadama-sama, BD422, Brennan M. Gibbons, Brett Jones, Bryce Peak, Capella, Chobaribby, Copley, Cure Dynamic, Dakota, Dapper Dwarf, Diark Lord, Ed, Fancy Question Mark, Fried Rice, Fruit, Gloria and Tenebrae, Glyke, Hans Peter, Ika, Yako Yavden, Jacob R, Joran, Kasogtha, Clem, Kot Begemot, Lick H, Lou, Lupe Farugia, Matthew Bratcher, Mickey Babbers, Miru, Mistake L. Chen, Molly Weinberger, Mr. Maniacs, Nature Without Man, Noah, Parnick, Pencil Shop 333, Pike, Runblade B&K, St. Lily, Sal, Sam1373, Sarah Longe, Skeleton, Tentacle Member, Waifu Overdose, Without a Net, Jami Boo, Binshi, Kelvin, Hayato138641, and Aiden O'Brien. Thank you very much for giving me money. I enjoy the money, everybody. Mushishi, once again, it is an episodic show. I do not need to set it up in the same way, only the broadly, again, Ginkgo's gone around solving problems, Mushi-related dilemmas. There's a few recurring characters. I'm sure you all know this by this point. We're going to see. Hopefully, I don't know, a good result. Even if it's not all the time happy, a little bit bittersweet. I'd like some good endings in here. Yeah, mainly particularly that episode 6, man. That's just crazy. That ending, too, it's quite, opaque, how it ends for our characters there. Anyway, I should jump in here. Episode 7 coming right up. Radio Mushi-Shi Season 2, Episode 7 up there ready to go. 23 minutes and 46 seconds on this one. Sync up accordingly with your own copy. I have a version called Arc, and it has the, let me check for you, Dekinai subs. If that helps you, it helps you. If it does not, it does not. Either way, there's a picture-in-picture version in the description below for your viewing pleasure. Let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1. Radio, 3, 2, 1, go. Scrolls. I did see on the episode title here, it's called Cloudless Rain, which I remember from last week because, again, that just sounds like a Mushi-Shi episode title to me. We already had an episode pretty recently about precipitation as well, with the whole snow falling on the one person type idea. So obviously we were going to do something clever there probably, right? Like why is there cloudless rain? What does that insinuate? Could go in any direction. It's really hard to speculate too much, I guess. I don't know. I've like instantly locked in on the song again. I was about to tell you all about my day and how I went shopping and cleaned and listened to a bunch of music and stuff, and that all went out the window when Shiver started playing. Peak, dare I say? Probably, based on that response. I'm a serial yapper. If anything can get me to shut up, if only briefly, it must be pretty good. Indeed. Hello, blue sky. Ooh, very summery. Almost like Steins Gate vibes with how blown out it is. We need some kind of cloudless rain to fix things. Lady? Eyes? 2 days from now there will be rain. And there's not a cloud in the sky. She was wrong. Ah! Oh. It is kind of eerie. I mean, I'm making fun of it a little bit, but... Bring out the jugs. Hell yeah, brother. What's your deal? I was thinking maybe there was like another blindness kind of eye thing going on, but no, she seems to have at least two like aesthetic eyes that I can see. Don't know if they work or not. Like that kind of water that you see on the horizon, like a mirage. Yeah, classic. You're speaking my language today. It was 40 degrees again. It was very, very hot. And windy. It was bushfire season. Smelt some smoke on the air. Hello. What an ominous thing to say. I heard it too in the background. It was very subtle. Petrichor? I remember that from an earlier comment. Like that smell of rain. They seem to trust their pretty terror. Like a Territory Bozu or whatever? I think so, right? Like the little... Yeah. Obviously I need characters to make insinuations like that, but I'm sure I can find them. No, buzz off. Stick around here for a couple days. It will rain. Side quest activated. Need like the Skyrim like text come on screen. Quest added. Oh, backstory. Okay. Interesting. Once again, really loving the child voice acting in the show. I think it's really naturalistic and cool. Go away. Interesting. Reminds me a lot of Ginkgo. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, I'm going out on a limb here, but it's Mushi related. Like, duh. But, like, again, it's the reason why Ginkgo can't stay in one spot for too long as well, you know? You got some shit going on. No longer human? I'm not a human being? Ooh, more backstory? Megumi? Megumi Ame? Guess that's what Megumi means. I never really thought about that. Yeah. Give me a gif of that. That's some good stuff. It's a very curious episode, isn't it? Now, how much rain is this? Brother. It's a terrible day for rain. So, I mean, I'm just waiting to see if it's her, because clearly it's her. Yeah. So it already is her, is what I'm finding out. There's a song about that. Don't make me sing now. Is this back home? It's beautiful and green. Look at it. It was still on cooldown. Come on now. It's exactly what's happening. That rain looks like it hurts. So pretty clearly we're doing something with like, okay, the mirage, I can never quite catch it. And now the opposite way, like I can never quite escape the rain. Like those things are linked in my view. It would suck. It would truly suck. It is like what Ginkgo has, but like super bad. We did say that she smelled like rain. Very, very, very interesting episode in the edit. It's quite ambitious. It's very sparse. It's all about the sound effects. Yeah, is something going different here now? What's happened? Yeah, it's like the kid from the flashback. So what's happened? God, he's been cooked. Look at him. It's like a big prawn. Ginkgo? Ginkgo! Do something. Save these poor people. Oh, the shadow that devours the sun? Oh no, we're back. Okay, easy. A little bit too little too late though, right? Mixed emotions, huh? Yeah, less talk, more getting him some water. I can't cry. You got me. Now, Ginkgo, can you stop being so smug and give me some answers? Perfect. Yeah. She's pretty quick if she's able to, like, catch a mirage. Oh, sick. Sound too, man. That's awesome. That too. Love the reflection there. Yeah, and where's your sweat? Instantly gone. It's not what happened, though. Well, yeah. But what else? Amifurashi. Yep, of course. The Drifter. It's just like her. Yeah, that was my next question, too. Well, when's that? Do you have any data there? I mean, you didn't have to live with it. It has. In a frustrating way from the lack of rain, too. I mean, knowledge is power, though. I'm with you, Ginkgo, but I think she would have appreciated a more thorough lesson on this subject maybe 10 years ago. Would have been ideal. Thanks, bro. I like that line. It's like I could finally actually mourn these people too. I've become a cloud. I never really thought about that as well, but you definitely get like a, like a sun shower where you're not quite sure where the rain's coming from. That's definitely what we're invoking there too. Very, very interesting episode. Just structurally, huge swaths of it is just kind of listening to the rain, listening to the cicadas, listening to, all the different sounds of where we are. Very immersive in that way. Also very relaxing. We had a bit of a conversation this week in the Discord about the Iyashike status of Mushi-Shi. Those are more episodes in favor of it actually being a genuinely kind of like healing show, or at least very relaxing. Again, the argument that I and others were making is that a lot of the time it's also very depressing and sad and even tense and stuff, so not sure if it fits that billing all the time, but yeah, I guess my frustration with the episode is probably just a lack of ginkgo. But I guess, okay, the whole point is that now she has the information. It's seemingly dying away. She's going to keep living on, embracing the rain for now, with the hopes that eventually she'll be able to put down her roots somewhere. In a lot of ways, it reminds me of Tanyu, who needs to write her little thing all the time for a certain point until that birthmark's gone. Then she could do whatever she wants. In her case, it's that then she can move around again and join up with Ginkgo and whatever else. So definitely rhyming there as characters, I would say. What we got? Wind Razor. Not Razor Wind, that's something else as well. Yeah, let's do that episode now, coming right up. And episode 8 up there ready to go. 23 minutes and 46 seconds on this one. Sync up accordingly with your own copy. Same old stuff, picture-in-picture. Let's jump in. Let's give it a 3, 2, 1. Radio, 3, 2, 1, go. Straight into Shiver this time. We're shivering. I'm just looking at the image of this opening, just for now, and just trying to figure out what it even is. It almost looks like a video, like a live action type thing. Just the water shimmer is very realistic there. So maybe it is, like just a shot of a pond or something on a windy day, and then we've just put a bunch of filters over it and stuff, and effects. Ah, but there's a transition there into some trees and whatnot. Yeah, it's a very interesting one. Either way, I'm very calm at the moment, coming off last episode. It'd be interesting to see if that continues. Weirdly enough, it's another weather phenomenon, seemingly enough. It's wind razor. You would think somebody that raises winds and propels them and so forth. Which again, it was blowing a gale here today, so bit ironic, a little bit. But just, yeah, like kind of the snow stuff earlier this season. We just had rain, wind. We're definitely hitting all those bases. Oh, maybe even like wind on the water to get the sail going, of course. Big old wind sock. Yes, sir. How do they not know where it's coming from? Oh. Oh! Little Mushi guys. Yeah, sick. Some guy knows what's going on. They're like little Zubats or something. I don't know. They're like, almost like a moth, maybe. Intriguing. Kind of reminds me of Gandalf. He kind of whistles and he has a little bug guy show up. Oh. I'm below deck. Oh, like a star. Not at all. Tori Kaze. That one's a very easy one. I know Kaze and Tori. Oh, so you just kind of found it naturally. That's amazing. Yeah. Holy shit. They listened. So he can almost like give them commands and shit. That's crazy. Not quite, buddy. It was less of a full sound there, for sure. Well, there's our drama. I was about to say, this is all very cordial thus far. Good old bit of Chekhov's gun going on. They've mentioned that it's going to happen at some point. Just fucking nick it. Do it. Okay, goodbye, Ginkgo. Ibuki. Full-time? Full-time employment? I think there's some kind of sweetheart situation at home going on, because he was looking at those, it looked like a hairpin or something. Where are we going? Does she sell seashells? By the seashore, potentially? Now, don't whistle. One job. One job. The sun's down. Well, don't poke the bear. Oh. Brother. I'm interested to see what is the bad thing, though, but come on, man. Ugh. Little sperm guys, or something. Tadpoles or snakes or something. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. They're fucking dead. How'd they live? Are they living? We washed ashore? Yeah, but did everybody else? Money went down with the ship. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Actions, consequences. Ginkgo told you not to do the thing, you did the thing. It's like me when I was a kid, I learned that the stove was hot. Oh, no, they're everywhere. You guys are fucked. Eat quickly now. Oh, yeah. Love the sound, man. Once again. It's like that sound of the wind rushing through like a small hole or something. Just that kind of howl. Oh, hello, Adashino. My good friend. The doctor. Yes. Hello, Ginkgo. Tippy toes? You're sneaking? You don't want to talk to Ginkgo? No, he's probably got the shit booby trapped, honestly. He's sketchy, isn't he? Well, you wanted it. Oh, it's the... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, how's this going to reconnect? Does it have to do with holes? Snake holes? Mm-hmm. Infestation. Question. Do they see the holes? I got a pretty fair idea. Summoned. Yobiko. Love that too. It's like erosion. Cool. Yeah, sick. It's that sound. What did I say about fucking whistling? What's he got in his big bag of tricks? Fair enough. Yep. Because that's what I was about to say too. Because they're gathering because his whistle is the same as the sound of the wind rushing through the holes, right? So if we, again, can replicate that somewhere else, they're going to follow us. Almost like the Pied Piper or something. Or else, again, he had certain commands for the other Mushi, the flying ones. Maybe we have something to get all the snakes away. It's a lot of stuff. It's giving me, it's like St. Patrick as well, maybe, a little bit. Yeah, it's working. I was about to say, does Ginkgo have the talent for it, or do we need the guy? It's a cool sequence. It's very funny because they just, like, can't see what he's doing, so they're like, okay, that guy's crazy. Put them away back in their natural home. It's really cool looking too. Yeah, looks fantastic. Wonder how they're doing it. I think it's all just animated, I think. I don't think there's any... Well, there's probably some effects work there somewhere. Some of it looked a little bit CG. But, it was impressive for sure. Looked very natural. Here we go. Got your ass. Ooh. What did I tell you? One job. Don't whistle at night. Once again, Ginkgo, you probably could have told him. I understand. Learned that lesson. Later. Where are we? Yeah, there's still more. Oh, really? Well, you also can't see Mushi, so it's not particularly helpful either. The snakes are regathering? Is he whistling again? Or does the house have certain holes in it now that are just bringing them back, or... One job! You have one job. You have one job. Oh, shut up. Like? Serious? Yeah. Hey. Hey, dipshit. I don't care if you don't like your mom. Don't fucking murder her. At the very least, manslaughter. Oh. Sure. Okay, so there's a bit of like ecology there too. That made me upset. That made me frustrated. Why be a cunt? There's no reason. Just an evil, evil bloke. Well, at the end of the day, it's out of my fucking hands. I gave him the info. I think he's trying to make good. We're going to let him play. Let him play. Also, it's daybreak. Oh, cool. The sound work in this show, man, is unreal. They remind me a little bit of the bird guys from the coast a couple of episodes ago. They kind of flew out of the shells and whatnot. Okay. Holy fuck. It's a feeding fucking frenzy. It's cool. I mean, fuck their house, though. Sure. Oh, he just skipped town. Okay, bye. What? Why did he leave? Yeah, something like that. I don't know if anybody has my take on that episode. That was like fucking strange. I think they wanted me to feel different things at certain points, but I just think that he's just a little psycho. For me, for mine, if you're going to make that story work and make the main character, Ibuki, make his actions justifiable at all, you need to really play up that mother-son thing a lot more. It needs to be central. It needs to be the focus. It is in the background, arguably, for the first half of the episode. And kind of comes out of nowhere, his change of heart, per se. So here's the thing. There's an explicit difference in intent behind knowing information and then doing certain things. Also, it's not the absence of an action that is bringing about harm here. It is an active action of the character that is bringing harm to their own mother. If it is their mother, I don't know. It's like a family. The family's weird. It's weird. That's murder. I've made a situation whereby it's going to be harder for my mum to survive. And then you want me to feel good about him being a drifter later on, just fucking riding around in the wind? He's a little stinker. I don't like him. But I should hold my horses. Generally, my opinion does change upon the rewatch. Maybe there was a few clues there that I happened to miss. But I'm going to canvass the Discord here shortly and just see if, like, am I insane for this take? For him being just a bit of a shit cunt? That eludes me. But either way, I have 24 hours to figure it out. You will see me shortly for some analysis, which I'll record tomorrow. And we're back. It's the next day. 2 more episodes in the books. I have far more to say about the second one than the first one here in this session. It was... it still eludes me, I'm going to be honest. Because I've walked away... I've done some rethinking. I've rewatched a couple of scenes here. I've read online to get a bit of a general consensus. I canvassed the Discord. And yeah, I might as well knock over a lot of my stuff. I don't know, how I feel about the episode 8 in particular right now. I might as well at least introduce the discussion because it's, you know, fresh. It's the thing we all just saw. So first, take a step back. Here are some things that I didn't quite understand. Now, a lot of these are implied, or maybe I'm missing a line here or there. We can look for them when we do the full rewatch here. But so that mother isn't his birth mother. It is a stepmother. It is an implied stepmother, I believe. I don't think there's dialogue to that end. But I mean, it doesn't take Einstein, right? Like, if we go back here a little bit, you know, she's out by the clothesline with the other kids, caring for them, laughing, having a good old time. And then when Ibuki shows up, it's like, oh, Ibuki-san, hello. Well, clearly there's some delineation there. Clearly they're not as close for whatever reason. A lot of people are saying that, yeah, this is the stepmom. This is the new kind of partner to my dad. And then from there you can fill in a few things. So now we've got the little gift, the little kind of ornamental, like flower type number that he buys. That is a gift to try to make her proud now that he's become a full-fledged sailor. Clearly, again, it's like a family lineage thing. I believe dad's a sailor as well, so it's clearly something that maybe she would enjoy. Maybe, again, Ibuki's feeling neglected. Basically, he wants some attention from mum. Fair enough, fair enough. It's like, hey, I'm going to be on a sailor's wage. This is an expensive gift. I want you to have something nice. There you go, mum. And mum poo-poos it. She says, no thank you, I'd rather not. You should go and pawn that off and get the money back and that kind of thing. And I'm doing a lot of devil's advocate here because I want to interject and say, like, you know, that... she's kind of right. Anyway, devil's advocate, we're still on Ibuki's side here. He wanted an emotional response from his stepmother. He didn't get it. That leads to depression and isolation, especially in the wake of his disappointment with what happened with the ship and it kind of capsizing and whatever, and him needing to take the lifeboat. So clearly he's down in the dumps. Clearly he's not right of mind when he makes decisions later in the episode whereby he ends up bringing this terrible force to the house. These kind of snake erosion dudes. Cool, is that enough leeway that I can give him? Because I don't agree with this at all. Let's take a step back all the way to the very beginning, right? He's out there being a sailor, using a special power that he has beyond anything else to make the ship go faster. He then uses that power to get into a position whereby, hey, you know, you're pulling your weight around here, you're a really good sailor, you should become a full-fledged sailor. Awesome. During that time, Ginkgo gives you explicit advice, the one person you've probably met ever that even knows remotely what this power is that you possess. And one piece of advice, don't whistle at night, right? He does it and then bears the consequences. Like, I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for him when he's out here whistling at night and the fucking ship falls down. It's like, mate, use your fucking head. Is it, what are them ears painted on? Please, do something. Cool, so then he's feeling sorry for himself. He goes back to mum. He's like, hey, here's this gift that I got for you, mum. I know that, you know, me, did something that resulted in the ship capsizing and falling down and all the goods that were inside falling too. Obviously, that's a shortfall on the community and on the family. Mum's completely correct. No, I don't need the gift. Take that back. pawn it. Granted, mum could be more appreciative. She could say, hey, I appreciate the offer, but you should go pawn it. But she's right, she's got 2 young kids. I'm sorry. And that's not even the worst of it, because then at the very end, right, he is the one that is whistling in the tree, bringing the fucking snakes to the house. He's the bad guy. You were a bad person for doing that. I'm sorry. I would like to contrast this with the mirror episode, the one with the reflection in the lake. Yes, of course, Mirror Lake. How could I have been so blind? In that episode, we have a character as well. Her name escapes me. Musume, maybe? Something like that. She's very naive as well. She's probably a similar age to you. You seem relatively young, probably late teens, probably. I'm here to give a lot of leeway to young people and teenagers overall. Like, we have Musume here, who's clearly heartbroken, and she doesn't have a lot of perspective in the world, and that guy in that episode was her entire world. She then makes a potentially conscious decision in that episode to drift away to the other side. Obviously the wrong thing to do. Ginko steps in. She makes some mistakes in the latter half, of course, but it all comes out okay in the end. Now, for me, it's all about intent and almost like a trolley problem type idea. It's about your personal kind of like stake in something happening, I guess. So I think there's a big difference with Musume and letting the Mushi that's already in action continue to be in action, right? You know, she has a potential thing in her arsenal that could stop it, and she chooses not to use it. I feel like that's very indifferent intent-wise than Ginko literally bringing the snakes away and then you bringing them back. That is murder. You made a conscious decision to bring back something that is dangerous to your family and affecting your mother's health. And that's the other difference as well. With Musume, she's worried. It's all concerned to her. It's her own life. She can make that decision. I'm sorry, you don't control your stepmother. That's not how that works. I'm sorry that she was mean to you. I'm sorry that she wasn't very appreciative of your gift. I'm sorry that she potentially doesn't accept you. It doesn't mean you should murder. And again, following all that through, we get this cathartic moment at the very end where he is able to quote-unquote wreck the house, but also bring away the terrible thing that was affecting her health. So we've also saved her and also hurt her in that process, and he is able to ride off into the sunset. I don't agree. I don't think a character like that makes those kind of decisions should be able to walk away into the sunset and ride off by his lonesome on his own ship and just do his own thing. When we see Ginko at the very end, gives him a little smirk or something, fuck you, Ginko. I'm sorry, this is not like a smirk-worthy situation. Now, I don't know. I've read a lot of I wanted to see if I was insane or not. I read a lot of takes online. A lot of people are on Ibuki's side here. I just can't see it. I cannot see how the actions are justifiable. He escalates it too much for mine. I understand his plight. I understand what he wants from a parental figure that he isn't currently getting, and that results in frustration. But that frustration shouldn't turn to the point of, I'm going to murder mum. Right? Like, it shouldn't. It should never do that. You've got to think about domino effects, right? Like, okay, clearly I've got dad there. He's doing his thing, whatever. She has 2 young kids. She has 2 young kids, your step-siblings. Did they do anything wrong? Did that baby that's on her back that won't be able to fucking feed now, did that thing do anything wrong? I'm getting heated about this. I don't know. Maybe I'm out on a limb there, but like, anyway. Divisive, let's call this episode. It just feels off. Like, I feel like the show previously has been so good at creating these moral dilemmas that you can justifiably consider both sides and think, oh yeah, I can see where they're coming from, see where they're coming from. For me, this is too severe. It's too severe of a jump in, like, retaliatory stuff, I think. It doesn't mean it's a bad episode. There's still a lot of good craft to it. I think the Mushi is really cool. And honestly, if you follow Ibuki's arc without, I guess, the excessive parts of it, it does make sense. Again, I do like the catharsis of him destroying this home that he thinks is shackling him and going out in the oceans and being free, flying free like those Mushi. We must remember that those Mushi on the wind, they're the ones that eat the snakes. They eat the toxicity. Yeah, I get that. I understand the episode from that perspective. I just, yeah, have strong feelings. Very strong feelings. But either way, the other episode, let's do that first and foremost, and we'll go back through. I've think I've said a lot of my piece on this episode already, if I'm honest. I'll run back through it, obviously, but it might just be a small little bit. Just a tinsy little bit. Because, yeah, I think our episode 7 here, Cloudless Rain, is quite fantastic. I feel like it has a lot of unique factors when it comes to a Mushi-Shi episode, which really separate it from the rest. Gonna be real with you, this show's kind of flowing into itself now. It's very much like, okay, we're doing the thing again. It's very similar to the last thing we did. I'm looking for differences rather than commenting on every single aspect of every single episode. Because again, you guys know that the show already looks really pretty, has great backgrounds, the sound work exceptional, and has this really great philosophy and kind of quietude to it, which is really nice. Right, you guys know that already, so I like to focus on the differences. This one here is pace. It is pace, and it is the deliberate focus on sound, even more so than other episodes. There's a certain point in the middle here where it just kind of cuts to a montage of rain happening, and like kind of the drops and kind of like the animals reacting, and like, yeah, again, I'll shout it out when I see it. I can't quite picture it here and now, but it's this quite long sequence, and it was really moving, almost. I quite liked it. The excessive shots, long shots of the sky, the rain falling from a first-person perspective, loads of interesting stuff going on there for sure. And the story itself is fascinating too, so yeah, I mean, we'll dive through here and we'll see. But yeah, good episode for sure. Unique. That's it as well, it's that constant sound. So even now, on our hot, humid, dry, fucking crazy days, cicadas, you can't stop hearing that sound like kind of permeating throughout. The frame's really blown out too. It just looks like an absolutely unbearable day. I'm very quick to mention Steins Gate. I feel like kind of blowing at the frame like this and hearing cicadas is one of its major things. But I feel like Kyoto Animation also does it a bit as well. I mean, it's giving me Clanad. There's some particular stuff. It put up the image that I'm thinking about in my mind on screen. Yeah, they do this kind of stuff very well. Very early on here, you kind of see a mirage on the ground, a little bit of a blur from the heat, and a lone figure walking through. That is our main character here, and the mirage itself is explicitly tied to her, so nice setup early. And yeah, we know what the go is now, so we can kind of backfill. She is no rain diviner. She brings the rain along with her. She's very good at predicting the rain and when they'll be blessed by it, because she's been living with it half her life. She knows that when she goes somewhere, she's going to bring the rain with her, you know? Everywhere you go, you always bring the weather with you. Yeah, that's what she's doing. So in a way, she's kind of a fraud, but she's a fraud with reason. She's a fraud that doesn't have a home to go back to, so she's She laments what she has to do, I guess. She doesn't take any joy in it. And I mean, that explicitly ties into Ginkgo as a character. Just, yeah, these kind of wandering characters that go around, solve problems, do their particular service, tied into Mushi stuff. Very similar to Ginkgo. Ginkgo's out here in the heat as well, suffering like the rest of us. Towel over the head, mirage on the horizon. We get a little bit of the narration there that kind of talks of mirages, that, you know, you may see them there, but you'll never catch them. Sound design. Ginkgo in his travels meets up with her, and as she passes, you can hear the rain. You can hear the rain. And again, it's kind of assaulting all the senses as well, because he can smell the petrichor on her as well. It's like, you're like a rain person. That's odd. Instantly, Ginkgo's like, something's up here. This is something that I normally praise manga for, but because anime has more tools to, I guess, get that kind of stuff across. But just very quickly, they've used their kind of the strengths of their medium to get across a feeling to the audience. I can stand here along with Ginkgo and feel exactly what he's feeling. It's so evocative to me. And yeah, I think that's a result of great writing. Oh yes, her name is Terror. Like, yeah, Teru Bozu. But I mean, aren't Teru Bozu also for making the rain go away? Because again, my only experience with them is anime, because I'm a cultural swine. But normally, again, you'd want it to be sunny the next day or something, and you'd get them all out there and ready to go and whatnot. Very recently, I was reading Yotsuba, and Yotsuba definitely tried her very best to get them out there and use them. So yeah, I'm wondering about the wording there, because I looked it up. It means to shine. Yeah, that's not really accurate. She brings the rain. Is it meant to be ironic? I don't know. We just do some boring plot stuff there as well. Obviously, Teru is praised within the village. Cool. Ginkgo needs water for his travels. He needs to stay here until it rains. He's taking the assurance that it will rain at some point. Therefore, he's going to stay around. That's the reason why he doesn't just walk off. He's also curious about Teru, considering the whole smelling rain on her and whatever. From there, we then do the flashback. This is pretty serious stuff, because there's a lot of guilt to Teru as a character, and the kind of lives she's taken with her power, which I don't think's entirely fair. She didn't know. We have some good stuff towards the back end of the episode with regards to that. So it's now knowing everything, these scenes hit a little bit harder for sure. And I won't repeat myself about the child voice actors, but yes, they are very good, very natural. I guess we just got to take an implication here as well, because I found this a little bit odd. Like, do you two know each other like that? He's like, why don't you settle down with me? It's like, who the fuck's that guy? They must know each other. It's implied. It's fine. I thought we were going to do some stuff with blind faith maybe as well, because he's kind of ceasing digging the well as much, or at least focusing on it as much, because he knows that rain is imminent. Where again, if he dug the well during that time, would they potentially have had water sooner? Would he potentially been able to save himself? Is it important to, not rely on these kind of predictive things and kind of go out there and get your own water per se? Maybe. I thought we were going to do more of that, but not exactly. I guess you look at the well as more of a metaphor. He wants to create a place where water can come and settle and be reused forever and ever. He also wants to make a place for Teru to feel like she belongs and feel like she wants to stick around as well. It must be freeing for somebody like Teru to find somebody like Ginkgo who actually knows her condition and what it is and could put a name to it, and also understands why she's a wanderer and why she drifts around and why she can't just stay in one spot. For right now, she's kind of plagued. She almost feels cursed, She feels like she's plagued with this thing that I can't even tell anybody about. They won't believe me. And why should I put that relationship that I have, in trepidation for that? I'd rather just continue with my current status quo. Now, this line here is curious too, because she walks past Ginkgo and has a little bit of a conversation. Ginkgo tries to pry, but she's not doing much. She's sticking with the official narrative that she only foretells the rain, and anybody that could create the rain of their own accord would no longer be human. This is, of course, talking to the Mushi-human split, right? She feels like she's not in line with anybody else anymore, and doesn't really have a community or a place where she can belong. Of course, the people appreciate her and her work, but she doesn't feel like she can ever have a normal life based on one kind of rash decision that she made when she was like 9. Like, that sucks. That's unfair. It goes to show where her opinion of herself lies at the moment, though. Smart use of metaphor here as we jump back to the flashback and see Teru with the young boy again when he's getting sicker and sicker from the rain. So initially, the rain is a blessed rain. It's like this thing that we really wanted to happen, but it doesn't really stop. It rains and it rains and it rains, and it's excessive. You can see it kind of really hitting the plants here and kind of making a thud, like, kind of on the stalks. It's clearly like hurting them. It's clearly destroying them. This is an extended metaphor for the rest of the community, right? If I stick around and the rain sticks around as well, things are just going to go worse and worse, and it's going to end up being detrimental. Yeah, this here's one of them sequences too. Let me actually time it if I go back here. So what is that? 8:38 through to, about 9:28. 50 seconds of just kind of rain sound effects and images. And again, it's to get across the passage of time and the sheer amount of rain that has fallen during that time, It's day after day. There's a few cuts to black in there as well. I just loved it. I loved it as a decision. I said yesterday, it really calmed me down. It's true. Meditative, just made me center myself. Felt really nice. I liked it. And once again, unique. Again, especially against like, I kind of watch things in an order in a week, right? So it'll be kind of like, you get all your heady stuff out with Tutu at the moment, and then you roll into a bit of fun with Musume, very fast-paced, as I keep saying with that show. This just, it's the circuit breaker, right? It's Mushi-Shi every Sunday. It gets me back ready and back kind of, I like it from that perspective a lot. There's something really intangible about it. I can't quite describe it, but it's cool. It's really cool. And yeah, Teru looks up at the rain and goes, "You still going, huh?" Just like perplexed more than anything else. almost feels like a divine kind of thing, like you're almost looking to the heavens for answers, like you're looking to a higher power. So that's also talking to that line from earlier about no longer human, because she goes away, the rain ceases in this location, and then the rain follows her. She's looking up for answers to the sky, saying, hey, who's making it rain all this time? Brother, it's you. You've almost surpassed into godhood, into some kind of deity. And in that way, you're also no longer human, you know? Fascinating. I love that little scene there. And yeah, the death of Ryo-chan here is important. It is the moment where... And again, it kind of hits her upon learning her actual ability, but it's like... We were just playing mere days ago. This thing, it all happened so quickly. He became sick and he passed away. I'm somewhat responsible, even unknowingly so. I would have had the power if I was armed with the knowledge early enough to prevent this. Insanity. I would feel very guilty. I understand your plight. I'm empathetic. That line there as well, I want to howl and cry, but I cannot even shed a tear. Because of her ability, she cannot produce water. Big old clue when we're in kind of a really hot kind of heat wave type situation and she's not even sweating, not once. It's like, it's a bit weird. Either way, she gets sent away here. I think it's to an auntie's place or something, just until conditions get better. It's not a place for children to be hanging around. A very pointed line there as well is when conditions get better, when things get better, you can return. About when that when is still up in the air a little bit. They are right. When you get better, yes, you can return. It's a very quick scene there as well, but she also kind of gets shunned by the rest of the community. There's rumors that... Because again, the excessive rain's back. There's rumors about her old village. It's like she's brought the rain with her. Clearly, again, she's been kicked out of her home, her family, her own community. She's gone to this auntie's place. She's been kicked out of that community. It's only natural that you would want to be on the run after that, run away from home. She doesn't know anybody here. If they don't want me here, I'd rather be out on my own, you know? It's also, of course, in the hopes of returning home. We come back. I love how beautiful, lush, and green it is. Because again, after excessive rain, obviously, and the sun comes out, it's going to look fucking beautiful. It's going to look awesome. So much growth coming from, you know, that short-term devastation. But again, the kicker is that she's going to bring that devastation back with her. It's a terrible curse. It really is. This shot here again, you kind of see the foliage there moving. It kind of looks like it hurts, man. And that's when she brings the rain back with her that final time and she finally understands what her ability is. Love this shot too. As she escapes, she kind of disappears into the rain, becoming almost one with the substance. Yeah, it's cool. Oh yeah, back to... you know, actual time now as well. We do play with the hubris of the village a little bit. They're very, very confident in Terra's abilities here to the point where they have a feast and probably eat excessively, knowing that the rain will come soon. Like, that's just not good planning. You kind of made your own bed when things start to go awry and nobody has any food to eat. Just a smidge. Again, we are casting judgment on the village for having a little bit too much faith in her. And it all happens very quickly. You know, she predicted the rain the following day. It doesn't happen. Well, it'll be the following day. Well, it doesn't happen. And, you know, that cycle's kind of continuing. They first start asking Terra what's wrong. She gives them assurance. And now they're going to get frustrated. Again, they've used up all their food. And I don't know. It's hard to feel bad for the village here a little bit, considering the whole feast angle. Yeah. But yeah, it is curious why Teru's ability isn't working. And to kind of give us some semblance of a climax to this episode, which otherwise wouldn't have a ton of conflict in it, we have Yasu fainting and needing water to stay alive. And now we don't have any. The rain hasn't come, it wasn't within our predictions, and now we're in a predicament when it comes to his health. Again, there is a small connection implied between Teru and Yasu here, so again, it puts her under pressure now as well. She's like, okay, shit. Again, it references the Ryo stuff from earlier in her life as well. In the past, I've stayed in one location too long, and my existence there and the perpetual rain brought about disease and killed one of my friends. Once again here, the lack of rain and the lack of my control of my ability and the lack of my prediction is also going to kill one of my friends. And the faith that they've put in me. It's like a you can't win type situation. Again, I understand why she feels so negatively during the end of the episode here. And then lo and behold, right on time, rain. Rain, right when he needs it, right when his strength is failing, the water comes in clutch. And as we learn from Ginkgo later on, this was just random happenstance. It's when the ability kind of came off cooldown or whatever. So like, lucky, good timing. honestly. Now looking at it, this is an episode with a large absence of Ginkgo. There's really not much of him in it at all. He prods a few questions early in kind of the first act, but not really after that point. He's just kind of here. He's just waiting it out. He just needs some water. Now, did Ginkgo have water? He could have given some water to Yasu. That would have been nice. Anyway, I digress. I love Terra here. She's like, "What do you want from me? Why do you keep talking to me like this?" And then Ginkgo's like, "All right, I know. Time to spill the beans. I know more than I'm letting on." And he comes armed here with the explanation. It's about catching the mirage. Once again, a really tangible feeling. I feel like, Mushishi as a show is really good at doing this kind of thing, just creating these things that I can feel, these existences that I've seen in nature in real life, and give them some other meaning. This is another great example of it, for sure. And it's all sound design too. The sound goes away. This kind of mirage Mushi comes up in, swells up and, becomes a part of her. Cool stuff, like a kind of the reflection off the water onto herself there too. That was quite nice. Of course, that is the Ame Furashi as well, the Rainmaker Mushi. Kind of stopped at a point in time and just kind of became a part of her now, Now, I wasn't much for the explanation of what the Mushi actually does. I really honestly don't care. Let me reread it here. Maybe there's some tidbits. So the Mushi hangs in the air and falls to the ground once it gets enough rain involved. Then they return to the air as the water evaporates and gather rain again. But when the land is stricken by drought and there is no moisture in the air, they must come to the ground and make a mirage-like appearance. They're a natural phenomenon, but kind of differentiating them from other Mushi, they're drifters. Which, hardy-ha, they're drifters like me and you as well, Teru and Ginkgo. But yeah, they're just kind of looking for water. That's their main vibe. I think that's the reason why it rains on you. Once again, kind of unclear. Obviously, upon learning about this and seeing that Ginkgo's knowledgeable, the one thing that Teru wants is to get rid of it and return to some normalcy. Unfortunately, there's no known cure. There's no known way to get rid of them. You have to just wait out their natural lifespan. But I do have good news. Based on your prediction and how late the rain was, I would say that they're probably nearing the end. And this is where we circle back to the main theme of Mushi-Shi, moving on, dealing with the hand you've been dealt, and kind of learning to live with it, That's live with your current circumstances. So hey, there's no cure-all. You're gonna have to keep up with this, at least for a little bit. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, crucially, as well. But hey, you didn't kill those people with your ability. The Mushi didn't kill those people with their ability. It's an unfortunate twist of fate. It's a mix of this weird thing we called life coming together and having a weird result. It's just shit happens, I guess. Shit happens, Mushi-Shi. And giving her a little pat on the back as well. You've already found a way to coexist with it. So you're already doing better than most people, right? If you just keep doing what you're doing, it's going to run itself out eventually. You'll be okay. It's also not all bad. You've become somewhat of a god to the village, a very, very important person, a good luck charm even. There is a bright side to every dark side, I guess, wherever you think that there may be a curse or a problem. For some other people, right, and you've brought about death as well. On some other way, they thank the gods, You bring death, but you also bring life. You're a very, very important person. And you should almost look at it as your own strength and an ability instead of a disability. Look how thankful our little friend is over here. Thank you, my friend. I will return to you in time. Loving these lines here too. Once the rain stops, I can cry true tears. I will put down roots, but until that point, I'm gonna keep drifting. Like that drifter Mushi. Specifically drifting like a cloud, bringing about rain wherever it goes. Poetic. Very, very poetic. I love the line, shed tears when I can. After this is all said and done. For right now, I've got a job to do. I've been given almost a divine, thing that I must do. I need to deal with that in my own way before I'm able to stop and actually fully consider everything that I've done in totality. Good pep talk, Ginkgo. You did very well. A strange rain, but beautiful all the same. Very nice. Very good episode on the rewatch. I liked that quite a bit. And I mean, with this one, I guess we'll just kind of see. We'll just kind of see how much I have to say. I think I said a lot of my piece already, and you guys saw the episode, you know the general plot. I shouldn't need to say any of that. The Mushi's cool. I don't know. I don't know how long I'm going to stick around on this one. I think Ginkgo just being a stowaway is very funny. I'll say that. It's a very random way for him to interact with this other character that's just a sailor and notice his ability to manipulate the Mushi. And again, for the record, he's doing a good job besides just using the power too. He's up here there doing the rigging. He's being very proactive and stuff. He's working hard to be a good sailor. I'll give him that. Ibuki is his name, of course. And I want to make a stupid reference, so bear with me. Between last episode with Teru, potentially a Teru, and an Ibuki in this episode, what is this, fucking Danganronpa 2? I don't know, I thought that was funny. I don't know, -2, I guess, for that joke. Ibuki also means breath, so hence the wind theme, the wind razor and all that. That's the other thing, right? I guess, okay, I'm not saying that we should preclude characters in Mushi-Shi for not being morally correct all the time, right? We had a few episodes ago, we were in the dark forest with that guy and his stinky meat. Pause. And he was morally kind of reprehensible. He was a shitty guy. Of course, there was some cycle of violence and masculinity stuff tied into that as well, which I thought was fascinating, but he made good on it. I feel like by the end, he deserved his good ending. He also got justly punished. He lost an arm from memory, so there was a punishment there too, from the narrative for him. Again, not a morally good guy, but it was also set up. He was clearly not a morally good guy, and it got to the kind of nth degree by the climax of the episode. This guy seems chill. He's just working hard, and he found out that he could whistle for Mushi. That doesn't signal to me a guy very early on that would murder his mother. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it was set up very well. Alright, okay, here's another thing. Two things, actually. One, Ginkgo gives you one job. One job. Do not whistle at night. He whistles at night 3 times. 3 times before the snakes do anything. Is he a fucking moron? Are you stupid? Again, I'm okay with characters, particularly teenagers, making mistakes, but... And then I'm supposed to feel bad for him. Buddy, you did the thing. You did the one thing. Look how serious he is. Surely you would believe this man. The first person you've ever met that knows what your ability is and can see the guys. Maybe he knows a thing or two. I don't know. Have some faith. The other one would be casting a little bit of judgment on Ginkgo. Hey, don't tell him something bad will happen. Say, hey, fucko, this is going to sink your ship. Why be secretive here? It makes no sense. It's kind of contrived, if I'm honest. Like, just tell him what it is. What, right? Am I not insane? No, you wouldn't understand the horror. Tell me, it's clearly important. We come ashore here, Ginkgo's ready to go on his way, and we spot that little gift for his mother. Again, I thought it was maybe a sweetheart or something, but no, we didn't go in that direction. He wants to make things good with his stepmother, I guess. This is when Ibuki gets his offer to become a full-fledged sailor. Very, he's a young kid. It's his first opportunity for actual employment. Good on him. Also results in him feeling himself a little bit. Now I can get something nice for mum. So again, I've been working hard. I spend my first paycheck on a gift and then you poo-poo it. Like, again, I understand how that feels bad. I'm with you on that aspect. I'm just not with the retaliation. I must confess during the reaction, I didn't really pay a lot of attention to this dialogue here. If I tell her I've become a fully fledged sailor, she'll be proud, won't she? Again, still kind of a little bit odd. It's not really specific, but it is crucial dialogue. It goes to show your actual motivation in all of this. It is 2 lines. They are crucial lines. You know why I wasn't focused on it? I was so drawn up in the fucking Chekhov's gun we've set up, which is don't whistle at night. I'm like, don't you whistle at night? You better have a good reason for whistling at night. I guess the argument would be that he's also excited to get home and he's trying to whistle at night to get the wind going again. Sure, he wants to get home to give mum the gift. Because I was looking for a justification beyond just his boredom, and that's probably the best I can find. Even then, exercise some patience. She's still going to be there when you come, however fast you're going to go there, Just instant face palm. Don't whistle at night. Next scene, whistles at night. consequences of my actions? Oh no. He even catches himself. It's not like he even does it absent-mindedly. He goes, shit, I forgot, I shouldn't do that. And then he's like, huh, nothing bad's happening yet. Better keep doing it. I know there's literally no benefit. There's no benefit to be whistling right now. You're insane. You're an absolute clown of a human. I can't believe you're real. I'll give the episode this as well. Immaculately produced. I love the effect on the snakes. I kind of neglected to mention it again last episode, the Tanyu stuff with Terror. I feel like they're very similar, just kind of needing to wait out this thing that they've been given, this burden, before they can return to normalcy. Again, Tanyu's is being with Ginkgo and traveling around, and Terror's there is settling down and finding a place to call her own. Very cool. This also feels kind of like that scene with Tanyu, and she's needing to take control of the words and place them and stuff. It's some really cool effects work. Something that I failed to realize early on in the episode as well is that people can't see the Mushi, so they just see a bunch of holes start to appear. It's odd, right? So then, yeah, the ship capsizes. Mum's over here just yucking it up. Crucially there, Ibuki-san, you made it back alive. Like, not a hug, not anything like that. It's more just like, oh, you're here, okay. So the argument, again, can be made that she does not value his life as much as, again, he would want her to. That doesn't mean you kill her. It doesn't mean you kill her. It doesn't, right? So yeah, I've become a full-fledged sailor. I've spent my money on this gift. Here you go, Mum. But on the other side, things I neglect to mention in my own narrow point of view, I've also purposefully, well, not purposefully, but I made a pretty big mistake in making the ship fucking capsize, which had all the fucking food on it. So it's a fair question. She's got 2 young kids. What am I going to feed them? This gift is nice. It's nice. Trust me, it's nice. It's not going to feed my kids. Pawn it. It's a good idea, honestly. For me, it depends on the response that the episode wanted to elicit. If it wanted to elicit a very divisive view into a family, then it succeeds. If not, if they genuinely wanted you to feel like with Ibuki the entire time, it needs to go back to the writer's room, buddy. Bad. We need to make up a reason why he had to whistle at night. Like, there's... Like, oh my god, we're not going to make it by time. We're in the full doldrums. Oh my god, I need to whistle at night at a last resort to get us to where we need to go. Motherfucker, he was just bored. He just was whistling. Like, you need to make it seem like Ibuki is caught between a rock and a hard place more. And they don't. So it just feels like the consequences of his actions. We get a small little scene there of those snakes coming back to his house even, and making holes in various pots in the walls and everything. And yeah, also a very specific sound effect there of kind of wind rushing through something. Again, very evocative. Show's very good at it. Before, randomly enough, you see this shot of the hill and you're like, Adashino? Really? Yeah, he's here. And any episode where you see Adashino is a good episode. He's just an absolute bro. Oh, that's a great touch there too. Look at kind of the movement of the tatami there as he places his foot down on it. Wonderful touch. Very, very cool. And yeah, funny joke ensues. He tries to steal from Ginkgo's bag of goodies. He does not succeed. It's nice. I like Adashino. He's a little bit of a stinker. That's funny. Yeah, I wanted to look at these a little bit more. Yeah. Look at this. That's the ink stone from that one episode. Maybe there's even more stuff here as well, but like you'll see the coat here from Old Mate, the artist. Yeah, it's a nice touch. It reminds me of The Shadow That Devours the Sun, how we had all those different images of the episodes in the past too. It's just a nice little reminder that, again, all these things are happening one by one. Randomly enough, again, our scenario over here with the holes and the snakes and Ibuki and whatnot is happening very close to Adashino, so they travel up and ask him for his help. This is where we run into some Mushi-Shi same character face problems as well, because I'm confusing this guy between his dad or one of his sailor mates, or they all look very similar. And yeah, Mum's ill. The snakes have brought about something that affects people with lower constitutions. That's where Ginkgo gets his Discovery Channel on and tells us about the Yobiko. And yeah, like every good Mushi in the show, it's an actual explanation for a otherwise natural phenomenon that I can't see. It makes, once again, the world feel lived in, and things from my own frame of reference feel like they could be from the Mushi-Shi world. I'm going to the coast very soon. I'm sure I'm going to see many things along the coast that look like this. You know, bit of erosion and whatnot. There's an actual explanation for it. I think that's kind of neat. A couple of really fun details. I love Adashino looking to Ginkgo and saying, hey, do you know what the problem is? As these snakes, in our view, are crawling all over every wall. It's like, yeah, I can see what the problem is. Yeah, it's just the difference in point of view there is very funny. I also love Ginkgo here as the Pied Piper, trying to, bring his snakes away and whatnot. Drive them away from this location, bring them back to their natural habitat. It's a humorous scene that also, it's in line with his point of view on the world. It feels very Ginkgo. Sound design's amazing. The world design of this Mushi and following this sound of the kind of wind rushing through the erosion. Again, they think that that's a good place to gather. Of course they would follow him. Everything there's just clicking and making a lot of sense. This is where, again, some of this animation and effects work becomes quite pronounced. I did want to frame by frame some of it. I do believe that is just, it seems to be moving on ones, and they look very impressive to me. I think this is just really, really damn good 2D animation. Because even this, they're all just moving one by one, and it's on ones, and it looks fucking good. Yeah, I clocked it for CG just because of the movement, but no, it is, I think it's just very, very good. It's very, very good 2D animation. Thought there was this one. Nah, still seems, hang on. Yeah, for sure. Just great image too. This is when I'm really high on the episode. The rest of it I'm kind of like, ugh. Ibuki comes back from going off to the market to pawn off the item and sees Ginkgo here, who's given him a little bit of a look. He's like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. So what Ibuki's been doing is sitting in his tree and whistling. And again, the whistling has brought about the Mushi and the holes. Surely, again, he's not a stupid boy. He must already understand on some level that this isn't positively affecting Mum's health. If anything, her constitution's weakening. You would probably want to keep her away from the wind even. So on a base level, you know it makes holes. So use your fucking head. The problem is he is using his head. He's just being a spiteful little brat. He's wanting to kill. Love Ginkgo's initial response here as well. Casting a little bit of judgment on him, but just saying, hey, don't do it again. And then look at him. Look at this scumbag. Don't do it again. Yeah, he's very punchable. I don't like him. I don't like this guy, man. So then they walk off, and I'm like, well, what are we going to do for the rest of the episode? Apparently just be dumb. Because, yeah, as they're walking on the beach, they see the Yobiko returning back to where the house was. What could possibly be the cause? The snakes are back. Mum's conditions worsened. I hear whistle on the wind. Ibuki's whistling. Look at this fuckwit. I'm serious. He's like, oh, I feel bad for myself. But don't you ever just feel like a plastic bag floating in the wind? Like, he's doing Katy Perry lyrics up here, and Ginkgo's like, motherfucker, you're killing her. She's gonna fucking die, bro. Here's his justification. That woman has never been a mother to me. This is a layer I didn't consider as well. The Mushi, the relationship between the Yobiko and the Torikaze, is like the two roads that fucking Ibuki can go down. Again, if you let your mother die like this, you'll end up just like them, the Mushishi that abused this whistle. But you also go down this dark path and be very snake-like, right? And be this thing that brings about death and destruction and puts holes in things. And again, not very conducive to sailing or being a drifter or any of that kind of stuff. Or you could be like the Torikaze and follow the wind and be free and all the stuff about flight, and it's all very positive feeling. It's the light side as well. There's a clearly dichotomy there. Very smartly written. I think that he doesn't deserve a choice between any of them. I think he should be in jail. Or worse, I think. I love that Ginkgo's point of view here is that, hey, instead of not murder Mum, he doesn't really go down that path. At least not as much as I would have. It's, hey, if you continue to go down this path where you abuse the use of this Mushi, that again has its own wants, needs, and desires, you'll destroy yourself, like many other Mushishi have in the past. Motherfucker, I would go with the more convincing argument, which is don't murder Mum, I think. Ginkgo's just like, hey, you've got this ability, however you use it is your own choice. And then he chooses to destroy the house and go off and sail on the wind, right? That's meant to be like the, okay, I've chosen like the light side, I guess, and I'm using that Mushi now to enact both my revenge, but also gain my freedom. Oh, but what does this mean? He didn't sell the flower. What is that supposed to mean? Why does that matter at all? He's still held on to it. He's still holding on to that desire to be accepted in this home that won't accept him, I guess. And then, yeah, big elaborate sequence. He whistles at the right time and brings the Torikaze in, blah, 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 blah. I want to see, but by the very end of this, is he still holding on to the thing? Do we get to see that? Nah, he plants it in a tree there. I saw it briefly. So yeah, he leaves it here. Hey, Mum, you can have your stupid thing. I'm off to do my own thing now. And the sequence is good. I just don't feel like destroying their home was also part of the vibe. I don't know. What's that Twitter meme? Context needed. I need context. Put on my context hat. I feel like that's a lot of this. I feel like if the home is really that unwelcoming to him, and he's being forced to be here, and this is him like breaking the shackles and breaking free. Instead of using this dark side to murder her, I'm just going to save her and then leave and be on my own and fly free. That's fine. I just need to feel like it's justified. I just think the mum's kind of rude, and I don't think that you should kill people that are kind of rude. Because, again, I worked in retail for years and years and years. There'd be a lot of dead people if I took that philosophy. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. At the end, I didn't really end up liking that episode much more than I did the first time around. I still think it's kind of muddled. It's muddled in my view. The Mushi is cool. Ginkgo whistling is cool. Any episode that has Adashino in it can't be too bad. Other than that, I think that it could go to the writer's room, maybe. Unless they were intentionally trying to make something that is super divisive. And with that, we'll call it for today. I want to hear opinions on that second episode, man. Like, I'm very open for people to make arguments about it being good, I guess. I'm not going to shut that kind of stuff down. Clearly, there's a lot of people that agree with you. I'm just perplexed by it. It perplexes me. Either way, next week, 2 more episodes. Please look forward to it. They'll be up on Patreon right now if you're watching this publicly. After that, I believe, episode 10, we're doing some OVA. So please keep me involved there. But also, I think that's also my weekend off. So that'll end up my week off. I'm having a holiday. So there might be a video next week if you're watching this publicly. It's weird. Anyway, I should start to mention that more now. Either way, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Ciao. Goodbye.